The gritty streets of the Bronx weren't exactly a hotbed for rock and roll royalty, yet from this concrete jungle emerged a guitar hero like no other. Ace Frehley, the spaceman of Kiss, didn't just play guitar, he wielded it like a weapon of mass entertainment. With a Les Paul slung low and a mischievous glint in his eye, he became a rock icon. But before the pyrotechnics and the persona, there was just a kid with a dream. Born Paul Daniel Frehley in 1951, Ace's musical journey began like many others, with a cheap guitar and a love for the burgeoning rock scene. Influenced by the greats like Jimi Hendrix and Jeff Beck, he honed his skills, developing a blistering style all his own. Little did he know, his path would soon intersect with three other aspiring musicians looking to make their mark on the world. Kiss exploded onto the scene with a bang, literally. Their live shows were a spectacle of pyrotechnics, smoke bombs and raw energy, the likes of which had never been seen before. At the heart of it all was Ace Frehley, his Les Paul spitting fire and feedback, his fingers dancing across the fretboard with effortless cool. He wasn't just playing guitar, he was putting on a show. Their first three albums failed to ignite the charts, but the band's relentless touring schedule was winning them a legion of die-hard fans. Word of mouth spread like wildfire about the outrageous band with the crazy makeup and the explosive live show. Then came 1975, and with it, the album that would catapult them to superstardom. By the late 1970s, Kiss were more than just a band. They were a cultural phenomenon. Kids worshipped them, parents feared them, and their faces were plastered on everything from lunchboxes to pinball machines. It was a whirlwind of success. And at the eye of the storm was Ace Frehley, the spaceman with the smoking guitar. He was living the rock and roll dream, but beneath the surface, cracks were beginning to show. The band's relentless touring schedule and the pressure of maintaining their larger-than-life personas began to take their toll. Ace's struggles with alcohol and drugs escalated, leading to tensions within the band. Despite the internal turmoil, Kiss continued to churn out hit after hit. Their 1976 album became their breakthrough album, reaching multi-platinum status and spawning the anthems Detroit Rock City and Shout It Out Loud. As the 1970s gave way to the 1980s, Kiss found themselves at a crossroads. The rise of punk and new wave music presented a challenge to their brand of over-the-top rock and roll. Internally, tensions continued to simmer. Ace's substance abuse was spiraling, and his commitment to the band was waning. In 1981, they released a concept album that marked a radical departure from their earlier work. The album was a commercial flop, alienating many longtime fans and leaving the band's future uncertain. For Ace was a creative misfire, a far cry from the hard-rocking anthems he was known for. Free from the constraints of Kiss, Ace Frehley wasted no time in launching his solo career. He assembled a new band, aptly named Frehley's Comet, and set about proving he could shine on his own. His self-titled debut album was released in 1978, a full 4 years before his departure from Kiss. It was a bold statement, a testament to his individual talent and a clear indication of his desire to explore musical avenues beyond the confines of the Kiss machine. Ace Frehley, the album, was a critical and commercial success, showcasing his signature blend of hard rock riffs, melodic sensibilities and tongue-in-cheek humor. The album spawned the hit single New York Groove, a song that became synonymous with Frehley and a staple of his live shows for years to come. The success of his solo debut proved that Ace Frehley was more than just a guitar hero. He was a bona fide rock star in his own right. Ace Frehley was never just another guitar slinger. He was a showman, an entertainer, a true original. From the moment he stepped on stage, usually last in a cloud of smoke, all eyes were drawn to him. His Les Paul, often adorned with custom paint jobs, became an extension of his onstage persona, the spaceman, a cosmic jester with a penchant for the spectacular. Ace's guitar style was as unique as his stage presence. A self-taught player, he possessed a raw, untamed energy that was both exhilarating and captivating. He wasn't interested in technical wizardry or complex chord progressions. Ace was all about feel, about connecting with the audience on a primal level. His solos were a flurry of pentatonic fury, a barrage of bends and vibrato that sent shivers down the spines of rock and roll fans. No discussion of Ace Frehley's stage presence would be complete without mentioning his trademark smoking guitar. This iconic instrument, a Gibson Les Paul that he affectionately dubbed Black Beauty, was more than just a guitar. It was a prop, a symbol of his outlandish stage persona. Fitted with smoke bombs hidden within its body, the guitar would erupt in a plume of smoke at key moments during Kiss's live shows, creating a visual spectacle that left audiences breathless. The smoking guitar was quintessential Ace Frehley, loud, brash, and over the top. It was a testament to his showmanship, his desire to push the boundaries of what was possible on stage. The image of Ace bathed in flashing lights, a mischievous grin on his face as smoke billowed from his guitar, became one of the most enduring images in rock and roll history. While Ace Frehley's onstage persona was larger than life, it's important to remember that there was a real person behind the makeup. Paul Frehley, the man behind the Spaceman, was a complex and often contradictory figure. He could be quiet and introspective offstage, a stark contrast to his wildman persona. Yet those who knew him best described him as kind, generous, and fiercely loyal to his friends and family. Ace's struggles with substance abuse were well documented, and they undoubtedly took their toll on both his personal life and his career. He was open about his battles with addiction, and his honesty resonated with fans who saw in him a flawed but ultimately sympathetic figure. He was a reminder that even rock stars, with all their fame and fortune, are human beings with their own demons to fight. Ace Frehley's influence on rock music is undeniable. He inspired a generation of guitarists, from the bedroom shredders to the stadium-filling superstars. Among those who have cited him as a major influence are some of the biggest names in rock and metal, including Metallica's Kirk Hammett, Pearl Jam's Mike McCready, and Guns N' Roses' Slash. "Ace was the guy who made me want to play guitar," said Hammett in a 2014 interview. "His playing was so raw and emotional, so full of energy. He wasn't afraid to make noise, to experiment. He was the sound of freedom." Hammett even owns several of Frehley's guitars, including a replica of the smoking guitar that he occasionally plays on stage with Metallica. Ace Frehley's reputation as one of rock's most outrageous characters is well earned. Stories of his antics, both on stage and off, are legendary. There was the time he landed his private plane on a golf course. He mistook it for an airport. The time he blew up a hotel room with a cherry bomb, and the countless tales of his wild parties and legendary alcohol consumption. One particularly memorable story involves Frehley and a group of friends renting a fleet of limousines and driving them into the lobby of a luxury hotel. Another involves him using a fire extinguisher to spray shaving cream all over the inside of a tour bus. These stories, often recounted with a mixture of amusement and disbelief, paint a picture of a man who lived life on his own terms, consequences be damned. Ace Frehley's impact on rock music is immeasurable. He was a true original, a one-of-a-kind talent who blended blistering guitar work with an outlandish stage persona and a mischievous sense of humor. He was the spaceman, a cosmic jester who brought a sense of fun and danger to the world of rock and roll. His influence can be heard in the playing of countless guitarists who followed in his wake. From the shredders of the 1980s hair metal scene to the grunge icons of the 1990s and beyond. He inspired generations of fans with his explosive live performances, his iconic smoking guitar, and his undeniable charisma. The 1990s were a time of grunge and alternative rock, a period where the excesses of 80s hair metal were cast aside for ripped jeans and angst-ridden lyrics. Yet even in this new landscape, Ace Frehley remained a force to be reckoned with. He continued to release solo albums, showcasing his versatility and proving that his musical vision extended beyond the pyrotechnics and makeup of his Kiss days. 1989's saw Frehley experimenting with a heavier blues-infused sound, while 1998's marked a return to his hard rock roots. He toured relentlessly, his live shows a reminder of the raw power and unbridled energy that had made him a guitar hero to millions. His fans, a mix of die-hard Kiss Army veterans and younger generations discovering his music for the first time, flocked to see the spaceman in all his glory. In 1996, the rock and roll gods smiled upon the world. After years of speculation and fan anticipation, the original lineup of Kiss reunited for a world tour, complete with makeup, pyrotechnics, and all the over-the-top spectacle that had made them legends. For Ace Frehley, it was a chance to revisit his past, to reconnect with his bandmates and the millions of fans who had never forgotten the magic of the original Kiss. The reunion tour was a massive success, breaking attendance records and reminding the world of the band's enduring appeal. Ace, back in his familiar spaceman makeup, was met with a hero's welcome. His guitar playing was as fiery as ever, his stage presence as charismatic, and his chemistry with his bandmates undeniable. Section 3, the coolest guitar player, an enduring legacy. Ace Frehley's place in rock and roll history is secure. He is a true original, a guitar hero whose influence can be felt across generations of musicians. He was a master showman, a charismatic performer who understood the power of a visual and the importance of connecting with an audience on a visceral level. His solos, a blend of bluesy swagger and raw power, have inspired countless guitarists to pick up the instrument and chase their own rock and roll dreams. His songwriting, often playful and infused with a sense of humour, produced some of Kiss's most memorable anthems. His stage presence, a mix of pyrotechnics, outlandish costumes, and that mischievous grin helped define the visual language of rock and roll. Section 1. The indelible mark of the spaceman. Ace Frehley's impact on rock music transcends mere musical influence. It's woven into the very fabric of rock and roll's visual language, its sense of rebellion, its unapologetic embrace of excess. He wasn't just playing a guitar, he was piloting a rocket ship fueled by raw talent and a mischievous glint in his eye. From the moment he first took the stage as the spaceman, Ace Frehley embodied the spirit of rock and roll escapism. He wasn't just Paul from the Bronx anymore. He was a guitar-wielding alien here to liberate us with power chords and pyrotechnics. And for a generation coming of age in the 1970s, that was exactly the kind of hero they craved. Section 2. Beyond imitation, the enduring allure of Ace. Countless guitarists have tried to replicate Ace Frehley's unique style, his blend of raw power and melodic sensibility. But like all true originals, Ace possessed an intangible quality that defied imitation. It was more than just the notes he played, it was the attitude he exuded, the sense of effortless cool that emanated from every chord. His solos weren't calculated exercises in technical proficiency, they were visceral expressions of emotion, bursts of unadulterated energy that seemed to flow directly from his soul. He wasn't afraid to make mistakes, to let the feedback scream, to push the boundaries of what a guitar could do. In Ace's hands, the instrument became an extension of his own unpredictable spirit. Section 3. A living legend, still rocking in the free world. Ace Frehley's story is far from over. He continues to tour and record new music, proving that his passion for rock and roll burns as brightly as ever. He's a survivor, having weathered personal storms and industry shifts, emerging as a testament to the enduring power of staying true to oneself. He no longer needs the makeup or the pyrotechnics to command attention. He stands on stage, Les Paul in hand, a seasoned veteran who has seen it all and emerged on the other side with his sense of humour and love of music intact. He's a living legend, a reminder that rock and roll is a marathon, not a sprint.